Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Meloncita, and today I am going to be showing my first week in January of 2026. So if you're interested in seeing how I do my photo memory, then keep watching. So this is my photo creative vertical memory combo planner is what I'm calling it. And I use sticker kits like this one here from Sticker Guru. Their shop is no longer open, but this was one of their monthly mystery subscription kits that came to me like last year or 2 years ago. And I also combined this with some photo memories. So these are the photos from the first week of January that I will be inputting into this vertical planner. So first up is me cutting up these photos so that I can put them in my photo memory. And we're going to kind of speed up this process. So I've cut up the photos and now I'm going to get ready to start the spread. First things first, I'm going to figure out which photos I want to use in the spread. So I divided them up into the different photos. And now I'm going to I usually choose one photo per day if I have any on that day. I also choose one photo for the monthly section, and then the rest go into my memory photos, which are extra pages in between the weeks. So I kind of just decide which one I want to use in the weekly vertical spread. It really depends on like any major events that happen during that week or what I want to highlight or showcase. And now I'm going to put the other photos away because I don't need them right now. And now I'm going to start the actual spread with the sticker kits. So I'm going to start with putting down this washi strip on the bottom down here. And there's still extra. These are sized for like a 7x9 or a classic size planner. But since I'm using a big vertical, it doesn't take up the whole space. I don't mind it though. I don't really need it to. Now I'm going to put these date covers on. So this is for the first week of January. So it is from December 29th to January 4th of 2026. I'm trying to get a head start. Oh, not a head start. I'm trying to keep up to date with these spreads for this year. So just using a little bit of washi tape to keep these photos in place. One, so that I remember that I need to put these down somewhere. And two, just so that they stay kind of relative to the position of the day that it happened. I'm going to put down these decorative boxes. I already kind of pre-chose where each decorative box is going to go throughout the week. And I also like to put this weekly sticker on the side here just because it comes with the kit. Usually it's just like one word to highlight each day. And then that box is kind of like a highlight of the week that I would like to put down. So now let's get to the daily stuff. So the purpose of this kind of vertical creative journal really stemmed from me using these sticker kits to kind of highlight all of the little things that happen throughout the day. So on Monday, on January 29th, woke up, had breakfast. We were in Los Angeles during this time, so my daughter was hanging out with her grandma a lot. They went out for a walk. Like I said, we had breakfast, fed her. Both my husband and like the family that we're staying with were working, and so I just made a note of that as well. And then they needed to make another grocery run to get some meat for lunch. We also finally booked our flights back home, so to the Pacific Northwest. So I actually booked a one-way flight to LA during this kind of winter time, and then we finally booked the flights for coming back. We were going to have a visit from my sis, and when they came, we walked over to Ralph's to get some coffee, get some groceries, and we got like to talking. On this day, we also watched the Rams versus Falcons game. And we were just hanging out watching the game. They did lose, but we were talking about other things too, and I was just hanging out with like my sis, and then also I also wrote like oranges. I was one of the people that wanted it, and I actually didn't get it until the last piece. And so just ending up the day with cleaning, going to bed, getting to bed late. So then the following day, Tuesday the 30th, same thing. Early woke up. We were playing in the living room and we fed her. It was also my nephew's birthday, so I wanted to text and say happy birthday to him. My daughter woke up from her nap and we gave her a bath. She fed and she was getting sleepy again after her bath. And for lunch, we had, I think, burgers and chili cheese fries. My daughter, when she did wake up, they went on a walk with her grandparents to Ralph's and they went to go get a Chinese food place. And I am getting my first photo in here, which is from the Golden Gopher, which is a bar in downtown LA. My husband was getting a haircut and I didn't want to wait. I wanted to wait around, but I didn't know where to wait. So I went to the Golden Gopher and just hung out. The photo didn't, I wanted a little bit more space on the side, so I cut off a little bit. But it was happy hour, waiting for my husband to get back. We had some drinks and we were hanging out, catching up with each other. We picked up dinner at, I guess across the street, there's a California chicken cafe. I haven't had that in a long time. So we went to go get that, pick it up, went back home and, planned out for New Year's Eve. And so for Wednesday, next day, New Year's Eve, the 31st, for breakfast, we had tamales and some coffee that my mother-in-law went to go pick up for us. We also, hung out, getting ready to get ready for the day. We were planning actually to celebrate New Year's Eve at Universal Studios Hollywood. They had like a big party and everything like that, which was actually really cool. And also my sis got to join us too. So she was able to join us as well. We're just hanging out, talking while my husband still had to work. And when the day finally came, or when the day was finally done, we were able to get ready and head out to Universal Studios, which was a lot of fun. What's it called? It was what you would expect. It wasn't too crazy. It was raining though, so that was kind of intense. But we did get to go on a lot of the rides. There were drinks that we were able to get. And we actually walked back home in the rain. And it was funny because it actually started raining as we were walking. And now we're off to the second half of the week, which is New Year's Day. So funny enough, we actually have a kind of tradition, me and my husband, where on New Year's Day we would go get Tommy's in LA. It's like a chili cheese burger place. And so the last couple of years we didn't get to do that because we had moved to the Pacific Northwest. But this year, since we were in LA, we were able to do that. But we actually had it for dinner. So before that, we just, we had breakfast, got some groceries, cleaned up a little bit. We were hanging out, doing some cleaning, some gardening. We walked around the neighborhood. In this photo, there was some hawks, red-tailed hawks. There were about 3 of them, and you can hear them screeching, and they were fighting with some crows, which was actually really cool to see. But they actually started pretty low, so we went inside for a little bit, me and my daughter. She did end up taking a nap. And when the family came over, oh my gosh, I was so annoyed with myself because I accidentally dropped my phone when I was on the second floor and she was sleeping underneath there. And so, of course, I woke her up. But it was fine because when she woke up, we actually did end up going to Tommy's to go pick up our kind of celebratory New Year chili cheeseburger. And we also picked up California donuts, which I haven't had before. So that was pretty good. We went up with some other family. We got some presents, just hung out. We were convincing my sister to get a Steam Deck, and I think she actually did end up getting it probably that same day or the day after. But yeah, so that's what happened on Thursday. Friday the 2nd, which was another busy day. For breakfast, we had some leftover donuts and some coffee. And for lunch, we actually had sopa de res, which was beef soup that my mother-in-law made. And we ended up watching Malcolm in the Middle. It was so good. It was so comforting and just so delicious. Then my daughter went to take a nap. I started reading The Distance Between Us, which is my book club book for the month of January. I've talked about it before in my previous videos. But this day we actually went to a Laker game. So it was the Grizzlies versus the Lakers. I had never been to a Laker game before, and so it was a lot of fun. They did win, which is good. But after that, we kind of just kind of bar hopped around. So we walked over to some of the local bars. Oh my God, one of the bars that we went to, we had to go downstairs to the bathroom. And when one of us flushed, you can see underneath the sink, the drain was like water coming out of it. It was so gross. So we left. We ended up going to a different bar, getting some tacos from a taco truck. And we took it home and ate it at home. And it was delicious. It was a really good night. So Saturday on the 3rd, I woke up early, hung out with my daughter, and we heated up the leftover soup for lunch. We ended up doing a Costco run with my mother-in-law, my husband, and my baby, and it was raining, which doesn't really happen too often in LA. Then we stopped by the Fox Hills Mall or the Westfield Mall, had lunch there. And we did some shopping. So we went to like Uniqlo. We went to Carter's, of course, to buy some outfits for my daughter. And, you know, just kind of walked around. This is a picture of my daughter and my mother-in-law walking to Claire's. She didn't get her ears pierced or anything like that, but it just looked kind of funny. She was yawning. She was not screaming. Then after that, we went to dinner with my family. And it was a Korean barbecue place called Mountain. It was very good. We hadn't been there before, and so it was just nice to hang out, to chill out, have a really nice dinner all together. We said goodnight, headed home, cleaned up, and we had a late night sleep. So yeah. And then Sunday, on the last day of the week, we woke up pretty late, but my mother-in-law went to church, so we were with Addie in the morning. We fed her, went back to sleep, and it was funny because my sis messaged about Jollibee, and so she was gonna bring home Jollibee, and then my mother-in-law messaged my husband asking if we wanted pupusas, and so we ended up getting both. So for breakfast we had pupusas and we had Jollibee. They had like the spicy Korean chicken joy. Oh my God, it's so good, but it's very spicy. Like, I am a wimp when it comes to spiciness, but it was worth it for me. We ended up going to the laundromat to just get laundry done. It was really busy, but we made it. Got Yim's, I think, is the coffee shop in Koreatown. I got like an ube buttercream latte with a double shot because I really needed it. And then once we were done with laundry, we went to go pick up dinner at Kushimbo, which is another place in Koreatown. We brought it back home. We ate. And then I had to drop off my husband to the airport. This was when the whole Venezuela thing was happening and the airport was crazy busy. And so he needed to actually just get out to walk to the airport. But that was the week of December 29th to January 4th in my planner. And this is what it looks like at the end. I like to put on the bottom when I finished it and the name of the sticker kit that I used. So I also filled out the rest of my little gratitude list on the sidebar here. And I'm just going to put like these little deco things, not necessary, but just want to use what I can. But yeah, this was the first week of January. I'm really happy with how it came out. And I'm just really proud of myself for actually doing it and finishing it up. I really want to make sure that I stay on track, especially for this year, just because, once I start, I don't want to stop. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I know it was a lot of talking, but I also just want to kind of share a little bit more about like my personal life and how things were going with us and what we're doing. So if you're interested in seeing more of those kind of videos, go ahead and click on my face to subscribe to my channel. And if you like what you saw, let me know. How was your New Year's week? I know I'm like weeks behind, but better late than never. So yeah, thank you again so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.